Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and this is my review and the results and the scorecards from the 2023 New York Pro, where Tonio Burton wins and qualifies for the 2023 Mr Olympia. So got all the results from 10th all the way up to 1st, including pictures courtesy of NPC News Online. Hope you guys enjoy this video. What's up, Desktoppers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back with another video. And this is my review of the 2023 New York Pro, where Tonio Burton takes out the win in impressive fashion. We're going to go from 10th all the way up to 1st. I'm going to share my screen and show you guys the official scorecards right now as well, because you guys might find that of some interest for sure. So let's get into this. I'm going to show you guys the scorecards as they played out. I'll zoom in a little bit more on this for you guys as well. And we've got in first place with straight first on the scorecard 3-3 and a total of 6 for Tonio Burton. I'm assuming there was 5 judges here, maybe 7 with 1 or 2 highs and lows thrown out. I believe it's in these situations where there's 3s, it's normally the high and the low thrown out. So straight first. It doesn't mean one judge didn't have him second, but I reckon most judges would have had him first. Second place, straight seconds as well for Stuart Sutherland. Third place, Josef Kveton, straight thirds. I think the same goes for fourth. Actually, no, slightly different for fourth. Joe Seeman loses 1 point there at pre-judging, but pretty much close to straight fourths. In fifth, we had Eric Wood, who was only 1 point off Joe Seaman at pre-judging. He slipped a little bit for finals. Joe Seaman solidified his spot. Sixth place, we had, I believe it was Max Charles. Yeah, Max Charles finishes on 35 points total, 5 more points than Eric Wood. Seventh, we had Nate Spear. Eighth, we had Robin Strand with slight difference in points there. Ninth, we had Brent Swanson finishing 3 points behind there. And then we had Mike Halusi in 10th, and we'll go down to 10th, and Walter Debs 11th, and as it goes on. Slavov Bednart in 12th. Yeah, it sort of goes on. Anyway. Sorry, guys, just choking on my own air. But let's get into some of these photos and the results of this top 10. So I'm going to add this to the stream. And we had Mike Halusi finishing in 10th. His pro debut, I mean, it couldn't have gone too much better for Mike. He looked really, really good. This was his best package of all time, I believe, at this show as well. He turned pro only recently in Australia, a matter of a month ago or so. Something like that. He guest posed at the Pittsburgh Pro last week. And, you know, really surprised some people. And I think he even surprised some people in Australia with this sort of package. He came in dry, hard, and, yeah, he's coached very, very well also. So our next guy on the list, oh, just disappeared on me. We've got Brent Swanson. Now, Brent Swanson came in really good as well, as he did last year. Really conditioned. He really, I suppose, maximizes what he brings to the stage. That hair plus the teeth, I mean, he's like a cartoon character. I love the dude. Like, he seems like he's got a really good vibe. He seems happy. He seems positive. And he earns 9th place in this lineup as well. And for some reason, it keeps disappearing on the screen on me for some weird reason. Hopefully, you guys are seeing this okay. Hopefully, the audio is okay as well. Now, Robin Strand finishes in 8th. This was his all-time best package. When he turned to that back double bicep, he was crazy. So shout out to Robin Strand. And this man here, Nate Spear, I went to call him Robin Spear. Nate Spear looked, in my opinion, his all-time best. Could he be a tiny bit crisper in some areas? Yeah, but he looked great, honestly. And Max Charles, he came back better at finals as well. So shout out to Max for coming in better at finals. He just needs more in the back. I don't know if that will come back at this age or not. But Max Charles, I think that's where he probably most falls down in this lineup. Then we had Eric Wood in 5th place. This was where he fell down a little bit. So in the back, the hamstrings and glutes, he was a little bit softer than some of these other guys, and I think that's where it hurt him, which was surprising. I think maybe they could have tried to fill up too much, possibly, or maybe he just wasn't quite sharp enough in those areas, because we saw the other parts of his physique where he was really, really good and really, really sharp. But like you look at the side chest, and that looks pretty sharp there, and that's why he was still in that top 5. And he did have a lot of conditioning in certain parts of his body, but other parts were just a little bit softer, like the glutes and hams. But that is, I was surprised to see him this big and this full compared to what he looked like last year, he's adding an extra 10 pounds, and it definitely shows on his physique. Absolutely awesome. Now, Joe Seeman finishing up in fourth place, it was, and I believe this is equal highest placing of all time. I believe he got a fourth at the Toronto Pro as well. In the back, the glutes, the hams really come through well. I think he looked fantastic at this show. I think it was either his all-time best or equal all-time best. Very impressed with him. Now, Josef Kveton, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, and someone in the comments. He looked great. Like, the conditioning is great. He's only 27 years of age as well. He's got the Viking vibe going on. As Jose Raymond mentioned in his wrap-up on muscular development, he came out to sort of a Viking hardcore music, suited his physique, and he really played it up well. Can he improve his posing a little bit overall? Sure, but overall, a great, great show for Josef. And you look at that just with his arms down. This guy's tall as well. Not many guys this age, this height, have that sort of round muscle belly to their physique. So I think he's got a big, big future in bodybuilding. Now, Stuart Sutherland, what more can you say? Look at that shot. That is next level. The dude looks awesome. I'm calling it a pro debut, even though it technically isn't. But look at that ab and thigh. It's pretty crazy. I had him actually beating Tonio on that shot, but Tonio could have posed it a little bit differently, but he hits that one with perfection, in my opinion. The side chest was really good. There's honestly times where I felt that he could have won the side chest as well, but overall, taking it in, I had Tonio Burton winning the side chest, but this was Dorian-esque as well. The way Stuart Sutherland beef stew hits this shot with the leg out to the side, and I just love the shape of his quads, to be honest. But standing next to Tonio, they almost don't look round, which is crazy to say, because when you look at him on his own, they look superb. They look round. He looks fantastic. And shout out as well to the promoters for having this sort of backdrop as well, where it's not offensive to fans watching at home. And then your winner, Tonio Burton, looking crazy here. Like, honestly, that is so improved from last year. It is incredible. He has made just absolutely wild improvements. And guys, let me know what you think in the comments. And if you are watching live or on replay, give the video a thumbs up, smash that like button, also subscribe and hit the notification bell button, because we're going to have more content coming out of this New York Pro, including what we learned from it, what Tonio's future is, maybe some comparisons with Tonio and the likes of Dexter Jackson, or maybe some of these other top 10 guys at Olympia. Let me know who you want me to put next to Tonio Burton to sort of compare them, because Tonio has a super bright future in this sport. I did invite him to this stream. I don't think, unfortunately, he's going to jump on here, but Tonio look at that front double bicep. It is just such a wild pose. And I want to go back to the front lat spread as well, which I believe I saved, which we was just looking at. Oh, just missed it. Hopefully that comes up. Front lat spread. That is completely insane. Let me know what you think in the comments. Does this guy have the best front lat spread in the IFBB Pro League today? If it's not the best, it's definitely one of the best out there. It is wild. It's crazy. And I cannot wait to see what Tonio Burton does at the Mr Olympia. And I've got a poll up right now about where you guys think that Tonio Burton will place at the 2023 Mr Olympia. I'm going to put it up on the community tab too if you are watching this later. So as soon as I finish this, I'll put that poll up there. But you guys have voted on this one. I'm going to view this on YouTube. Hopefully it doesn't play out loud. Fingers crossed. But let's have a look at what you guys had to say about where you think Tonio Burton will place at the 2023 Mr Olympia. 2% of you say top 5. Get your votes in if you haven't voted yet if you are watching live. 2% say top 5. 43% are saying 6th to 10th. 44% are saying that now. 46% are saying 11th to 15th. And then 8% of you are saying 16th or lower. And I'm going to say you guys are pretty spot on, because I see Tonio placing probably 6th to 10th, maybe 11th to 15th. So I think you guys are pretty much on the money, because Tonio is only going to improve. And if he improves on this physique, I see him in that 6th to 10th range, based on who I see in that sort of area. Probably on the, sort of on 10th around there. But I think you guys are very, very, very smart in your assessment on this. So I'll get to your comments and let you know what my thoughts are on this quickly before I wrap this thing up. It's actually Tonio, not Antonio. He's not top 10. You guys don't realize the caliber of physiques nowadays. Yeah, that's absolutely right, Blizzy, Blake, Yoppa. There's a crazy caliber of physiques out there, but I think that he has a fantastic physique, and I think he can really upset some people and come in amazing. Like, honestly, like, this is pretty amazing. Like, this front lat spread beats almost anyone in the world, in my opinion, minus maybe a few. I mean, I'd have to see them side by side, but it is pretty wild. No, man, not the best. Lunsford, the best. Yeah, Lunsford is wild, obviously. He's very, very crazy on that pose. But he doesn't have certain things that Tonio has, like the abs that pop that almost look like they're implants. He's got the chest, the crazy V taper. I mean, Lunsford has that sort of, but Tonio has sort of a rounder quads in a way. But yeah, Lunsford is just another beast as well. So, absolutely agree. I'd love to see that front lats next to Samson and Raphael's. Samson is actually, that's one of his worst poses, but I'd love to see it next to Raphael. Absolutely, that's a good point. Someone saying Tonio would barely beat Ian Valier. I mean, Ian's finished 7th in the Olympia. You got to remember that, and was 11th last year when he was off. So that's, you know, could he beat an off Ian Valier? And that sort of puts him at 11th, 10th place in the Olympia, depending who shows up. And we didn't have many dropping out last year, so you're saying Ian destroys this dude. So yeah, it's a varied opinion. Then you can say Antoine Vaillant took points off Ian last year when he competed against him. So would he beat Antoine Vaillant? Let me know what you guys think. I'm definitely not hating on Ian. I think Ian's spectacular. Oh, was that someone else? Yeah. Burton from the O till now is all conditioning. I'd say he wasn't conditioned well, in my opinion, last year. When you actually look at the photos, he's brought his conditioning up a long way, and also his muscle. He was actually heavier, and conditioning was better. So I think his coach told me he's about 5 pounds heavier or so. 5 pounds heavier and looks like several pounds better condition, which probably means he literally has an extra 8 pounds of tissue on his physique, or at least 7, which is wild and in better condition. So absolutely crazy. Appreciate you guys getting in the comments. It's much appreciated. Almost got to 100 on this one live simultaneously, but we'll have a ton of viewers later. So make sure if you are watching on replay, I'll try to get to your comments. So leave them below. What do you think about Tonio Burton? What do you think about the rest of the lineup? Stuart Sutherland, what's his future? Because he should not be overlooked in this one. He looked absolutely ridiculous, and I'm super impressed with him as well. So let me know your thoughts on everything that went down at the 2023 New York Pro. In the other divisions as well, you can give me your opinion on the 212. I've got a wrap-up, or sort of a wrap-up of that a little bit in my prejudging and whatnot. And if you do want analysis of pose by pose between Stuart Sutherland and also Tonio Burton, you can head to my prejudging review video, which is on the channel right now. It might even be in the description of this one, I think, as well. So anyway, guys, that's it for this one. I'm Xavier Wills. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of every video that goes up from myself, Xavier Wills at Desktop Bodybuilding. This is Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are out.